Hello, fifth graders. Welcome to lesson 3 of Wonders. Today we will be working with our shared read, Fantasy Becomes Fact. We will be working on our deep comprehension skills sequence. Before we begin, let's define sequence. A sequence or time order, or it's also known as chronological order, is one way an author organizes and presents information. Understanding the sequence of events helps readers identify and remember key events. Signal words and phrases such as years later, as a child, or in 1968 are examples of clues that help you understand sequence. All right, let's move on. So what we will be doing is we're going to be reading a section of our shared read, Fantasy Becomes Fact. And actually, I'll be reading this. And as I read, I want you to listen to those signal words and phrases that indicate sequence or time order. And then we will be listing the important events in the graphic organizer. So I will go ahead and read, and you listen for those signal words and phrases. Even as a child, Arthur was passionate about science. Born in England in 1917 in a small town by the sea, Arthur spent his school years enthusiastically reading his favorite science fiction magazine. He was fascinated by astronomy and built a telescope when he was just 13. He also started writing his own science fiction stories. So I heard some information that is telling me that there's some important events. I heard some signal words and phrases. The first one I recall is even as a child. So let's take a closer look at that. Yes, so even as a child, Arthur was passionate about science. So we're going to go ahead and put that in our graphic organizer because it seems to be that his passion started at a very, very young age. The next one I recall is his school years. Let's find where that is. Yes, it says he spent his school years enthusiastically reading his favorite science fiction magazine. So it goes from maybe as being a young child to his school years. So again, it shows that he was very interested in the science. I also recall an age. It mentions his age. I see it here. It says, yes, when he was 13, he had built his first telescope. I would consider that to be an important event in the sequence of this passage. So let's enter that into our graphic organizer. All right, so what we are going to be doing is completing our own graphic organizer by doing the your turn activity. So as I was saying, you'll be continuing to work on your own graphic organizer that will be assigned to you and do the your turn activity on page 69 of the shared read text. And you are going to continue to look for words and phrases that signal a sequence of events. And again, list the events in your graphic organizer. You can also take that a step further. Once you've completed a graphic organizer, you could write up a summary of those chronological or time order events that took place in our shared read. All right, well, you have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.